All right, well, trying a different format today. We're gonna see how this goes. Hi, my name is Osiris. I am a game developer sometimes. From my channel, you can see me use game engines like Unity, Unreal Engine, others. But one engine I have not touched as much as those others is Godot. Godot is an open source game engine created by Godot. Those guys. So, full transparency, I have used Godot a tiny bit. The first video on this channel was a little tech demo for making a PlayStation-style horror game in Godot. That's the video that kind of got me into this whole doing YouTube as a game developer thing. I've messed around with it a bit, made a couple weird projects, but nothing really too crazy. So today I thought we would take a deeper look and see what we can create. Okay, so before this video truly starts, I quickly wanted to address where I have been the past 2 years. If you don't care, you can skip to this timestamp to jump right into the actual video, but if you were wondering, clearly a lot has changed in the 2 years since you saw my face last. Since then, I started going to the gym, I lost a lot of weight, I got married, my wife is now pregnant with our first kid, I moved from an apartment into a house, I adopted a couple animals who are currently running around my house right now, got diagnosed with a major depressive disorder, and quit making video games altogether. I am, however, back and plan to make videos hopefully more often. I will not disappear again for another 2 years. It may only be one this time. Anyway, that's where I've been. Thank you for those who have stuck around. I'm not gonna waste your time anymore. Here's me making a game in Godot. First off, however, I need to actually download Godot. As you can see, I don't have it. So we're gonna open up our browser, go to Godot. We're gonna click this link, and we're gonna download the latest version of the software. And bada bing, bada boom, Godot. It kind of shifted things a little bit, but you know, that's fine. Godot. We're gonna go ahead and create a new project. I'm just gonna name this Blowingy game. Yeah, whatever. This is Godot. This is the game engine we're gonna be using today. So my very basic knowledge of Godot, I know the GD script is based off of Python. I know every object is technically a scene. And that's kind of about it. We're gonna open up the documentation, and I'm going to take a look here and kind of see, let's see what we can make. All right, well, I guess we'll extract this to my downloads. So we have our things here. So I guess we'll just drag it in, maybe? Okay, so we currently have an art folder and a fonts folder. So apparently we need to start off with a root scene. So I guess click 3D scene, main.tscn, I guess. So that's our scene format. So we have our main scene, and then I guess we'll have like a player scene and like a mob scene and that kind of thing. So I guess we'll start off with a floor. So we're gonna add a child node. And nodes are basically, I guess, like game objects in Unity. Now I am following whatever we got going on here. I am going to be changing up a lot of stuff in here because I would like to, you know, break things and, you know, learn. So I'm gonna follow along with this, try to explain based on how I am seeing it, and then we'll break things and figure out how everything works once we get everything kind of going on here. Oh my god, this is fucking stupid. Okay, so it looks like we need to add a static body 3D node. Don't see it. Maybe if I search it. Aha, node 3D is what I needed. There we go. So now we have this white little triangle that says this node has no shape, so it can't collide with or interact with other objects. Consider adding a collision shape 3D or collision polygon 3D as a child to define its shape. So we need a collision shape 3D. Cool, okay. Well, I see this up here. I'm assuming, yep, okay. Let's just do a box. Yeah. This, so I can change the color of that. Let's make it pink. Okay, but we do want this to be visible. We don't want the player to be walking on an invisible floor. So we need a mesh instance 3D. And then we can go into mesh and do a new box mesh. And just like that, now we have our ground floor, our ground object. Right. Well, you know, we don't really have a camera, so I guess that makes sense. And for a player, we are going to want a character body 3D node. My assumption, right, this seems to be kind of a rigid body mixed with the character controller. Look at that. We got the little blender guy. And we're just going to rename this to like GFX. Okay, so now we want to add some collision to this bad boy. So we're gonna click on the pivot. We're gonna add a collision shape 3D. What is this yelling at me about? Only serves, please use it as a child of, I need to move this to that. So we're gonna shape, and we're gonna do a sphere shape. Okay, let's see. Oh, there we are. Yeah, that's good, I think. Okay, we can show the built-in actions and kind of see what we got going on here. A lot of UI stuff. That's pretty neat. So let's add some input actions. We're gonna do move up, move down, move left, move right, and jump. All right, so now we need to add some keys. So move forward, we are just gonna do, yep, oh, okay, yep, that works. Back, left, right, jump. So now it's time to get to coding. Export var speed equals 14. So we have our speed variable. Now, I'm guessing export is like a public keyword. So if we were just to do var, it makes it a private variable. And then if we do @export, this makes it public. So now we need a fall acceleration variable. So we're gonna do export var fall accel, and we're gonna set that to 50. And we're gonna want a vector for the velocity. So we're gonna make a var target velocity, and we're just gonna initialize that to a vector3 vec.0. Awesome. So now we get to code the movement. So we're gonna create our direction variable, var direction, and we're just gonna set it to 0 by default. And we're gonna check our input here. So if our input dot is action pressed. So if we're holding down this button, let's do move forward first. We're gonna change our direction. And since we're moving forward, we wanna change the Y value. And we're just gonna add on to that 1. Okay, I am wrong. Apparently this game engine uses I forgot that the game, it uses Z. And so it's apparently minus. So now we need to make sure our input is normalized. If we were to press W and D, so forward and right simultaneously, our vector will have the length of about like 1.5 or something like that. But if we were to press one key, that length will be 1. So meaning our speed is going to be a little wonky. So we need to make sure we normalize this. If direction is not equal to vector3.0, so if we are moving in a direction, then we're going to set our direction to equal direction.normalized. Okay, and I don't know what this is. I'm just gonna copy and paste it. I have no idea what this means. So now we have to actually like finish up like the gravity and the movement stuff. So let's real quick finish that up. So now we can start kind of putting together our very basic scene here. So we have our little ground plane here. Let's go ahead and just like drag in our player. Nope. Drag in our player. Nope. I don't know where it went. Okay, how do I add things? Instantiate child scene? Aha! Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking. Let me cook. Okay, we need a camera. Okay, we want a marker 3D. I don't know what this is. What is this? Generic 3D position hint for editing. It's just like a plain node 3D, but it's so it's just like a node 3D that like believes in God. Like what? One thing I will say, I wish I had like an actual preview for what I'm working on. That would be kind of nice. Never mind. Let's play it. Maybe. Possibly. What? It broke. Okay, let's just close this out. Let's figure out what errored here. So this is a character body 3D. This makes no sense for it to not work. Can't be assigned. Where else am I assigning this to? There's nothing else that this is connected to. That's not possible. Could it possibly have been added somewhere else as well? Yes. I don't know how that happened. Well, I think that might have been the problem there. Oh, that's awesome. Can we add a light? Let's add a directional light. There we go. Now let's see if that looks any better. Sort of. Can I change the skybox color? Ooh, I want to change the skybox color. Look at that. We got... This game looks like shit. This is the real Squid Game. I'm gonna make this. Can I make this orthographic? Orthogonal. Oh, look at that. That's so much cuter. Oh, I kind of want to replace the little squid guy here with like a realistic squid. Can we just like, can I find just like a hyper realistic squid model? Oh, fuck you. I want free squid model. This is the titular turbo squid. No, Squidward. TurboSquid.max? No, I don't want a 3ds max file. Sketchfab, sure.
Nope.
Wait, is it? CG trader. I want the Gion stat bust. Me when I bust. This is just Squid Game. Lego Squid Game. This is the worst. This is just the most disgusting thing ever. Michael. That's my character. That's Michael. I want Michael. That's $87. That's not what I put. What is this? What is this? That's it. Okay, we need an enemy model because I don't want to use their stupid like good models. I want to use just like the worst. This is a me game. This is a me game. We need an enemy. Lyle from Oni Plays. Yeah, we'll keep him. I don't even know how this would work, but we're just gonna hope for the best. We're gonna try it. We're gonna use Zach from Oni Plays as. I like this guy though. This guy, I kind of want to download him. I kind of want to download him just to have it. What is that? No, dude, absolutely not. You can no, dude, absolutely. We're downloading it. We're downloading it right the fuck now. Dude, don't make him do that. Don't make him do that. What is your issue? Okay, wait, can I hold on. I have a premonition. I'm having like a Jimmy Neutron brain blast right now. Hold on. Oh my god, it's not happy with me. Okay. Oh my god. He's here. My goblin. He's here. Oh my god. This is foul. Oh my god. This is fucking stupid. This is so fucked. Why is he there? Oh my god. I can debug it. So he's like, okay, this is a game changer. So I can have the game like this. Ew. I think he's just gonna be like a spectator. Maybe we'll add another one of him. Maybe we'll duplicate him. We'll have another one on the other side. Oh wow, the game does not like that. Apparently, there we go. We'll have another one. We'll have another one there, and maybe we'll have just another one like peeking up the top there. Can I make him like slightly clip through? This sucks. Why did I decide this was like a good idea for a video? This is stupid. This sucks. We're gonna create a not what I wanted. What in the hell? No, don't bring him back. Tongue. Okay, now we're gonna bring in our I need to import Zach Zach Hadel, Psychic Pebbles, Charlie from Smiley Friends. Well, we got our little guy here. I'm going to rotate him so that he's facing like that. So this still works. So we want to make sure our enemy doesn't keep spawning off screen. So we're gonna add a visible on screen notifier 3D. It's really big. All right, time to do the scripting. What we're gonna do is do a random speed. So export var min speed, we'll set to 10, and then export var max speed equal to 18. Sorry. We're gonna do our physics process delta, and we're gonna do our move and slide. Let's make a function. We're gonna do function init. That's already a func initialize. Dart pause and player pause. Look at from position. Dart pause. The target is going to be the player's position, and then the up vector is gonna be vector 3 dot up. And then we're gonna rotate y. Randf range. Negative pi divided by 4, then pi divided by 4. So now we need to create a random speed. So after this, we're gonna do a var rand speed to randy range for min speed and max speed. So between our minimum speed and maximum speed, we're gonna create a random number within that range. Then we're gonna set our velocity, the velocity of this, to equal to vector 3 dot forward. Multiply that by our random speed. And then we set our velocity equal to velocity dot rotated vector 3 dot uptation dot y. Let's go back to our 3D. We're gonna do a screen exited. Aha, sure. And when it exits the screen, Q free. So that deletes it. All right, so now that we've done that, oh my god, I forgot about them. I should clean this up. Sweet. Okay, now we're a little bit more organized. We're gonna make a cylinder, the material, a new standard material, make it we're gonna make it pink.
My life is like a video game.
So we're gonna create a path 3D. Aha. And we need boom, 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 boom. Aha. We're gonna add path follow 3D. We're gonna name this path spawn path, and spawn location. Okay, we're getting there. So let's add this script. Move this to our scripts folder, and we'll get rid of those. So we're gonna export variable monster scene. And we're gonna set that type to packed scene. Okay, let's we need to go back into the main scene. I guess we'll just drag in our monster scene to that. We need to spawn enemies on a timer, so we're just gonna add a timer node. We're gonna name it monster timer. We're gonna do every 0.2 seconds. Okay, so this script needs to do a couple different things. We need to instantiate the monster. We need to get a random position within that like path, the square thingy. We need to get the player's position, and then we need to randomize everything using that method that we've made earlier. Go team. Yeah, I don't understand any of this. All right. And it's not working. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what is going on here. Get node not found. Let us debug this and see what is going wrong. Oh, right. It's also incredibly tiny. So it very well could actually be working. He's just very tiny. So let's just scale him up a bit more. Oh, yeah, it was working. He was just what the fuck is happening? That's fucked. Okay, we're just gonna, oh my god, this is worse. Why are they going down? Why are they going downward? Okay, next up is collision. We need a way to kill the enemies and other things. Okay, so we need three different types of layers. We need for the player, we need the enemy, and we need the world. And now we can do the physics stuff with him. So in our player, probably do the main one first. Let's go into the main scene, the ground. We're gonna go to collision. Collision layer at world. There we go. So now it's on collision layer 3, which is world. I need to take a break. I'm so fucking tired. Okay, so it's been about 2 weeks, I think, since I was last heard from. Makes it sound like I went missing. No, it's been about like maybe a week or so since I recorded the last part to this video. Some things came up. Apparently, it is hard to record videos when you have a family to take care of. But you know, we're back. I'm ready to complete this project and get things kind of get things going here. So without further ado, let's open up this fucking game. Yep, nothing could have prepared me for this fucking bullshit. Oh my god, where is my fucking thing? Where is my player? So where we were trying to set up the physics stuff, right? So I guess select the player node and set its collision mask to both enemies and world. Right. So let's yeah, there we go. I don't know why he's getting thrown under the map. I don't get it. I think the collision is a little screwed. Let me see if I can fix the collision for our enemy here. So we can just like shove him into the ground, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know why that is like a possibility, but you know, this is just the worst thing ever. I don't know why I'm deciding to do this. Oh, I see. Wow, that's so much better. Wow, they're not going into the ground anymore. It's a lot of them. Maybe I should turn that down. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I want to make it speed up over time. So let's see if we can do that real quick here. Let's do an export var. No, we're just gonna do a var counter. Count. That says count. We'll set it equal to 0. So every time we loop through this and every time we add a new monster, we are going to increment count. Can I not do the increment operation? Are these like, why are these not going away? Are they supposed to go away? Can I clear them? I don't know why they're still there. Function, process, delta. We're gonna constantly check if count is equal, we'll say it's greater than equal to, we'll say after like the 50th instance, we will, can I do, like if we were to get the monster timer dot wait time multiplied, I want to cut this in half. So monster timer, times equals 0.5. And then we'll do 0.75. Actually, for debug purposes, we'll set this to like, I'm going to get rid of magic numbers. Var time mult equal to 0.75. This we'll export. We can change that if we want to. And then we'll multiply that by time volt. Okay, it's not quite working. Let's see what's going on here. Time times equals time volt. There's my error there. And then we immediately need to reset count back to 0. So that doesn't start again. Cool. Okay, let's see if that works. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it should. Yep, there we go. Oh, Oh no. Cool. So then we can actually set this back up to like 50. Now that we've done our side quest, back to the actual task at hand. Jumping. Let's go back to our player. We need to go to our player, and we need a jump like force speed, I guess. So export var jump force equal to 20, and then if is on floor, and I'm doing parentheses, and input dot is action pressed. We want to do just pressed jump. And then we set target velocity dot y to equal our jump force variable. Cool. All right, now we can jump. Yeah. So let's go back to our monster script, and we're gonna create a signal. So we'll signal of squashed, and then we'll create a new function down here for function squash. And we're gonna set our squashed signal dot emit, and then delete it. Boom, look at that. We can kill, let's see where our jumping code is. What's going on here? Oh, I see why. Yep. All right. Next up is to actually kill the player, because the game's not fun if you can't kill the... I hate that he's still here. Back in the player, we need to add a area 3D node, and we're gonna name it mob detector. And then we need a collision shape 3D. We're gonna assign a cylinder shape to it, and we're gonna zoom in here. And then we're going to move that, like make it a little bit shorter there, and then change the position down like that. Okay, so we want to go into the node. We're looking for body entered. Okay, I'm kind of curious. Can I connect this to Visual Studio? I don't like this. Okay, so if we are in our, where are we going? Okay, so we need to add a signal. So signal hit, and then we're gonna do a func die hit dot emit, and then q3, and then in here we just call that die function. But then we can go back into main.gd. We have our on player hit, and then we just do monster timer dot stop. Okay, so now we can run this, and if we get killed, it stops spawning. Look at that. But will it kill us if we... No, so this works. Now let's create a score. So I'm going to tip this. This does have a tutorial for the score, but as a challenge, we are going to make this ourselves. Let's learn how to do Actually, I'm gonna close this out so I don't even get tempted to look at that. We're gonna try and figure this out on our own. So this is gonna be the big last kind of part of this this whole project. So let's make this as hard as possible for us. Let's do this on our own. I think we can do it. So we need some UI.
Knows it, but I think I found a way to explain and demonstrate Godot's very powerful UI tools in a way that is really...
New scene. We're gonna create a user interface scene. So that creates the control. Perfect. Okay. So now if I can add a label here and do score 0, and it's really small. So let's expand that like that. That's more like it. That's more like it. So now everything's kind of in the scene here, and we can see our score. Look at that. Okay. So we need a score variable, right? So we want n var score equals 0. And whenever we collide, so whenever we do so we want to get that signal here for squashed. Okay. That's not going to be as easy as I expect it to be. How do we get access to signals then? Every time we spawn a new one, we're going to monster.squash connect to our control label. So now we can create this function here in our label.gd. Func on mob squashed. I think it's I don't know what these take in. Is it just a void? So whenever we want to create an export var score set equal to 0. Whenever we squash a new thing, we want to score plus equals 1. Is it just text equal to okay, so it's score percent s modulo score. Weird. This should work. I don't see why not. Okay, yeah, so that works. Okay, well, that's it. That's the game. We finished it. Wow, look at that. This game looks like shit. We have successfully created a game in Godot. So that's awesome. It's fully complete. We've got, a main menu that has credits. We can play the game. We have like a fully fledged game loop where we can get points. Over time it gets harder, and we have a death sequence here. So that's pretty cool, I think. This took a lot longer than I expected, to be honest, this project. Kind of happy it's finished though. I hope, this was entertaining to watch. I'm looking to try and get back into YouTube again and kind of make these videos more often. So I'm hoping if this video does well, I'll be continuing this style. Otherwise, Just let me know what you think. Let me know if you would like me to continue this sort of style or go back to my talking head type thing. So, let me know down in the comments. This game will be published up on GitHub. I'm probably not going to put this on itch.io. That's too much work for me to do for this stupid little project, but it will be available on GitHub. So go check that out. Do whatever you want with it. I'm making this free and open source. So yeah, well, that's it for me. Go follow my Twitter or my X. Go follow my X. Go follow me on X. Exit. Grok it. Why don't you grok it? Grok it. Make this studio shitty. I don't know. Just goodbye.